Hi, this is Mrs. Knopf, and today we're going to continue in our method book on the trumpet with line 52, 4-part little star, line C. So we're going to start by focusing just on the C line of each bracket, and we have our treble clef at the beginning, and then our time signature. We are in 2/4 time. That top number tells us how many beats are in each measure, and the bottom number is the value of the whole note if we had one. So if we had a whole note, it would get 4 beats. Half of a whole is a half, and half of 4 is 2. So our half notes get 2 beats. And then half of a half is a quarter, half of 2 is 1, so the quarter notes get 1 beat each. Now we're going to look for notes and patterns and see what we have. So we start out with 2 quarter note E's on that first line, skip up to 2 quarter note G's, up to 2 quarter note A's, then back to a half note G. We stay on G for the next 2 measures, 4 quarter notes, and then quarter note A, G, then a half note E. So I want to play this first line. I'm going to scroll down a little bit so maybe you can see it better. I have a metronome set to 88 beats per minute, and I hope you can play along. And if you do, start each note with a T sound. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. So that is the first line C in a set of 4 lines. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to show you the next line C, and I'm going to move my face out of the way. All right, so our next line C, I'm going to shrink this a little bit too so you can see it better. It will not just do one time. All right, so the second line C is identical to the first line C. So I'm not going to go over that on its own. Just know that we have our first line C and the second line C are the same as each other. And we'll come back and talk about the form or the big ideas and themes that that creates. But let's scroll on down to our next line C. So we go to the next page, and I'm going to make this a bit bigger so you can see it. This third line C is all G's, and it's the same rhythm as everything else. First 3 measures are just quarter notes, then a half note, then that pattern repeats. I am not going to play a line full of G's all by itself. So we're just going to notice that it's different from the previous 2 line C's. And then when I come down to the last line C, it's just like the first 2. So let's talk about that idea for just a second. When we talk about big ideas and themes in music, we are thinking in terms of form. So if we go back to our first 2 lines of C, they are identical to each other. So that first main theme we would call A, the A theme. And it happens twice, so we have A theme, A theme. The third line's different because it's different. We call it B, or the B theme. And then the fourth line is the A theme again. So your overall form is A, A, B, A. I am going to shrink this back up so you can see what's happening. And because I cannot scroll and play at the same time, this is how I'm going to handle it. I'm going to start down here on this 4th line C, which is just like the first 2. I'm going to play this twice. Then I'm going to jump up here to this line C and play it once, and then I'm going to come back down and play this one last time. And there's our form. I'm going to slow down my metronome just a little bit to 84 beats per minute, and I want you to play along with me if you can, and start each note with that T sound. So starting down here 2 times. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. line C of line 52, 4-part little star. I hope you're able to play along with me. And I would highly recommend, once you get the other lines worked out, coming back to one of these videos and playing a different line at the end so that you create a duet. And that'll sound really good. So I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you next time.